healthy ingredients are really on trend. And a good example is what happened with the last Chancellor with the sugar tax. That creates, on the one hand, huge issues for the industry, the drinks industry particularly, but also it creates issues for ourselves as suppliers of innovative ingredients for the industry. The whole free-from area is quite interesting. For example, gluten-free beer, gluten-free malt, dairy alternatives, in other words, people who are lactose intolerant. We have a range of products that are coming from almond, from rice, from soya. These are very easily delivered to a packing company who can fill for a brand, can fill for a known label, and they are really on trend at present. And some of the carton manufacturers are reporting that they have never seen such growth in a category as they see in dairy alternatives. And that's in drinking product as well as desserts and yogurts and ice creams. It is a real trend. In hler we have approximately 10% of our employees are involved in NPD and in science. They wear white coats. These people are in two camps. We have the scientists who are working on the innovation around the raw materials, in the taking out gluten, taking out smart ways of reducing sugar, etc. And then we have the other team, the bigger team, who are involved in application. They take those ingredients and they apply them into finished products, finished drinks, finished desserts, finished yogurts, and getting taste and acidity and colour all in balance to create really great tasting products, because that's what it comes down to in the end. You really have to have a great tasting product irrespective of what you've taken out of it or what you've put into it. It's the key. The industry is extremely demanding, but we see it also very heavily driven by the multiple retailers. They are really getting behind it. They put the pressure on their suppliers put the pressure on us to deliver excellent solutions to what these retailers see as problems. On the other hand, we are very much involved with startup companies. We see that as a real opportunity because a company the size of hler, a 2 billion enterprise with 6,000 people working for it, is very interesting for us to understand how these startup companies are behaving, their ideas, their ways of working, because it is a lesson to us where the future lies. We see the SMEs, startups, craft companies as a very interesting challenge for us. Largely they have their own ideas, they're very passionate about them, they know what they want, but they don't have the way to get there. We as a big company like to supply the big players, but on the other hand we understand how these small SME and startup companies are behaving. We want to be close to them, we want to learn from them, and we want to see what they're doing. It's a very exciting prospect, and we bring technology to these small companies. It's very well making something in your kitchen, but trying to make it stable, trying to make it look good, trying to make sure that it doesn't fade within a week of being on the shelf is really where we are the experts. So working together with SME and startup companies is very exciting for both parties, for us and for them.